Fantastic. Thank you very much. And it looks like quite a busy webinar this afternoon, which is brilliant. It's great for us to be able to reach out in this capacity. Thank you very much, Simon Campbell, for facilitating these excellent sessions for us. And you can see in the background just there, actually, a photograph of me giving a talk around the Clock Trader Live in November last year. Strongly suggest attending that event. It's brilliant. Just before we kick off, quick disclaimer. As you all know, trading on margin carries a high level of risk, might not be suitable for all investors, and this can work for you as well as against you. And the information that's provided in this presentation is for educational purposes only. Vedanta Trading Limited and the presenters, not financial advisors, don't recommend securities of any kind. Any securities mentioned are cited for illustrative and educational purposes only. You should be aware all of the risks associated with foreign exchange trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Now we've got that sorted out. A little bit about my background. Is there anyone here that hasn't not seen me deliver a presentation before? Punch a Y or an N into the chat box so that I know. Who has not seen me present before? Let me know. Punch a Y in if you haven't seen me present before. Be good to know. Okay. Wow, the majority of people haven't seen me deliver a presentation before. Okay, I'm a regular speaker here on the Round the Clock Trader webinars. And as well with Simon Campbell. So I will do a quick intro into myself. My background is in computer science. I used to own a video production business up until around about 2008 when the financial recession kicked in. And at that time, my business didn't do as well as it needed to. And so at that time, I met my now business partner, Tiru, who I trade the financial markets with professionally. We've set up this great training business called Master the Markets, which takes our direct knowledge from 20,000 traders, having coached, mentored in this live space, into the educational space, which is Master the Markets. Everything that we do is based off of our own real-time professional trading. So this is the trading floor we consulted on after my business didn't work out in video production. I actually dropped that, and I actually found my way onto a trading floor, consulted there for a period of around 2 years. That was from the mid-2008 point onwards. And from there, we actually coached, mentored, worked with several thousand people in a live environment, in a group session. We traded company money. So there was quite a lot going on there for us. We left that consulting role in around about mid-2010, set up Master the Markets. Our website, of course, is masterthemarkets.net. Millen will be punching in all of the websites, the links, the relevant information into the chat box so you can view that at your own leisure. So that's a little bit about us. I have a fantastic team that I work with, and I have a privilege of working with superb people in terms of marketeers, take care of our back-end admin, all of our customer service, technical support. So I'm very privileged to be able to work with them. I myself have delivered conferences and seminars and talks not only in the UK but globally. This is myself speaking at the partner conference for Easy Forex in China, just there. Interestingly, one of the only talks in which I had to wait a 10-second delay before people would laugh at my jokes because everything was being translated in real time. I hope that doesn't happen today. In any case, let's carry on. So with the live trading room that we run here at Master the Markets, we are transparent in all of our trading. All of our results are logged from mid-2012 through till yesterday, and we have every trade that we've ever taken in history. And we've got the entries, the exits, the stops. Everything is totally transparent, fully transparent, not only month by month, but week by week and day by day as well. Our attendees, our members from our live trading room can see everything that's happened in history. Also founders of the Elite Traders Conference, where we've delivered a fantastic talk with Mark Brown. Mark Brown's one of the pioneers, pretty much one of the pioneers of the automated trading space. And we flew him down from Dallas, Texas to come to the UK to deliver the Elite Traders Conference. And that was for us and some of our elite trading clients. And you can see here that Mark's delivering a talk, a fantastic one-day event in Park Lane, actually, here at the Elite Traders Conference for some of our elite and advanced clients there. So we also founders of the Traders Open Day. That was an event that took place in October 2014. We're looking to repeat these as well in a slightly different capacity. There we've spoken with many industry leaders on the trading front. So you can see us actually speaking with Steve Ward at the back there, who's well known in the psychology space for financial trading. All of our presentations, as most of you have not seen me present before, is all tailored around being interactive and tailored around giving away lots of fantastic prizes. So in this webinar, you're going to have multiple opportunities to win a prize, which is our Traders Essentials Kit, 50% discount voucher with that, which includes a free ticket to our 2-day trading workshop, which we call Traders Basecamp. Now, that is a fantastic environment in which you can mastermind. That's a fantastic environment in which you can network and meet us in live, real person, where we can go into the concepts and the strategies that I'm going to be talking about today in finer detail. So that is a fantastic space to be involved in. So in this presentation, I intend to show you a couple of key things. First one is why most traders end up failing. Why most traders end up failing. The end of day and intraday trading examples. End of day and intraday trading examples for real life trades. They're not only one that we're in at the moment, but 2 that we've taken in the last 1 to 2 days. And finally, some strategy rules for exact entries. I don't just want to leave you with the opportunities that we've taken. I want to show you how we actually got involved in them as well. Okay, good. So most traders, did you know, this is very important. So we basically started our trading careers, our trading journeys, not knowing the answers to a lot of these types of questions. And what happened as a result of this is we sort of spent endless hours looking for the answers, guessing, sort of what should we do next, sort of guessing and just making it up as we went along. And it just resulted in us losing time being the most precious commodity that we all have. It really was not conducive for us. We didn't know any of the key strategies or any of the key concepts that we required to build a trading strategy. We also didn't know what the 3 factors to build a trading strategy with an edge were. And finally, we never knew how and if our strategy would actually continue to make money. So even if we had 1 to 2 months of upside profit, we had this thing, this reluctance inside us that, hang on a second, but am I actually going to be able to reproduce this? Can I reproduce this on a 6-figure trading account? You know, can I actually scale what I'm doing? All of these questions were coming to us in the beginning of our trading journey, and it's something that that really sort of it was a roadblock, if you like, in our way to being able to achieve our bigger trading goals. In fact, let me ask you, as you're all here on the webinar this afternoon, we've got several hundreds of people on the live webinar this afternoon. Let me ask you all here, how many people know the exact answers to these 3 questions? A statistic that you need before you build a trading strategy, 3 factors you need to build a trading strategy with an edge, and if your strategy will continue to make money. Punch something into the chat box to let us know if you do or do not have the answers to these questions. Okay, thank you very much for those. There's plenty of responses coming in. Paul says no. Hugh Foster says no as well. Terry also says no. Tony, Keith, no to all 3. It's interesting, isn't it? There are hundreds and hundreds of people on this webinar, and not a single person has put a Y into the chat box. And it makes us wonder, really, what is it that we're doing? What is it that we can actually look to achieve here in this space, unless we actually know the answers to these questions? Because what we're looking to do is we're looking to grow, we're looking to scale what we're doing. And if we don't know the answers to these questions, how will we ever have the confidence and the conviction to scale our trading? We want to take it to the next level. I don't want to be seeing my students just trading with 10 or 15,000 pounds. I want to see them being trading with 100, 150, 200,000 pounds, having the confidence to scale what they're doing, and to be able to trade on much larger money to get much better returns. And unfortunately, unless you know the exact, concise, quantified answers to these questions, it's just not going to take you anywhere. In any case, we get to discuss the answers to these 3 questions in a great deal of detail at our 2-day trading workshop, which is Traders Basecamp. So good, let's carry on. So most traders, this is what happens with most traders. Through a study of working and mentoring, coaching in the live space, over 20,000 people between myself and Tiru, this is what we found most traders will end up doing. They have an inconsistent set of parameters. So what does that mean? Sometimes they'll use the MACD, sometimes they'll use the stochastic, sometimes they'll look for divergence, sometimes they'll look at support and resistance. The parameters that they use are inconsistent. Even if they look at support and resistance, it's inconsistently done. There's no real repetitive method in which they're looking at these parameters. So the parameters that they start off with is inconsistent. You then get that to lead over to inconsistent execution. So sometimes they feel like taking trades, sometimes they may have had a bad day the night before, or they may have taken 3 losing trades in a row, and so they execute the market inconsistently because they're scared, they're being driven by fear. So this is what tends to happen. Then they get an invalid set of statistics. If their execution is inconsistent, if their parameters are inconsistent, the stats that they get, even if they record, and most traders, by the way, that I've come across, again, in the space that we've been teaching, trading, and looking at the markets for just under a decade now, between myself and Tiru, it's around 20 years of experience in total. And that's just us, doesn't include Mark Brown's experience, which is imparted on us, which is 40 years plus. We're really finding that people don't keep a trade journal. Now, even the people that keep a trade journal have done it inconsistently. We had a customer that came across to us to do some coaching, some one-to-one work, for which we actually do provide a service where we do one-to-one custom-tailored coaching. That is quite exclusive, and we do invoice people for that at £200 an hour. But he did come and sit down with us to do the one-to-one. And what we found is that he had kept a journal, but he hadn't been keeping a consistent way of taking these trades, and his name was Robert. And I won't give his full name away, but I mean, his name was Robert. He's a fantastic person, but unfortunately didn't have the right material, and so his results were inconsistent, and this is a feedback loop. It repeats itself. So that's what we've gone through so far. What I want to do is I want to keep it interactive. I want to keep it light. I want to run a quick question with all of you. So this is the way the competitions work. I know a lot of you have said that you have never seen us deliver a presentation before here in this space. So what we want to do is we want to give away some prizes. We want to keep things interactive. We want to make sure people are maximum attention is being retained. So we give away some fantastic prizes. The prize is a Trader's Essentials kit, which is this 7 set of tools here, where we have a movie which we've launched in the Empire Cinema, along with placing orders, along with how you can actually have some live trading videos, which trades we've actually taken in real life, crib sheet templates, trade journal templates, a psychology audio program. That is all going to be enclosed in this kit. It comes to you in this gold USB key. It will be sent through to you through the post, and you can watch all of that fantastic material. You're going to get a 50% discount match that. Along with that, you're going to get a free ticket to Traders Basecamp. This is the prize you're paying for. You get to come to our 2-day workshop, meet us live. This workshop retails on our website for £497 plus VAT. So we're going to give a free ticket to that. And the way this is going to work is we're going to select top 2 answers that come in the quickest. Now, there are hundreds and hundreds of people on this webinar, but we only can take the first 2 correct answers. So here's the question. What is one reason that most traders fail? What is one reason that most traders fail? We need the fastest answer to come in. We need one reason that most traders fail that I've been over. What is one reason that most traders fail? Okay, I think we've got some winners. Okay, I see lots of answers coming in. Thank you very much for your enthusiasm. It's brilliant. Thank you very much. We've got 2 winners. So if you missed it this time around, don't worry. There is another opportunity to win. Okay, so congratulations. Congratulations to who have we got here? So we've got Paul. Congratulations to you, Paul Singh. And also Josh Liney. Congratulations to both of you. You need to send across your email address and contact number into the chat box. My colleague Millen will reach out to you to make sure that you've got that. So congratulations. If you haven't won this time around, I have another opportunity to win. So do watch the analysis and the live trading and everything we're about to do very carefully. You'll have another opportunity to win. Well done to everyone that took part and got the correct answer. So I thought it would be a good idea at this time to go live into the market and learn a trading strategy, for which I'll give you some rules as well. Learn a trading strategy which we use in the Master of the Markets live trading room on a real-time basis. So that's what I thought it would be a good idea to do at this time. So this is the live trading example, Dynamic Breakout Variation 4. Just so you know, the Dynamic Breakout Variation 4 over the last 5 years has delivered us just under £30,000 as a return, £28,510. And these are not back-tested results. These are not, by any circumstances, they're not historical results or back-tested results that we've looked at the market and see what would have happened if we had taken these trades. We actually took these trades on the dynamic breakout variation fall in our live trading room since April 2012. Either myself or one of the traders called the market live and recorded every single trade taken since that period. And we've got a trade-by-trade breakdown for this. So this is the dynamic breakout variation fall. What I want to do is I want to show you the basics of how this dynamic breakout variation fall works. Would that be useful? If it is, punch a Y into the chat box. Otherwise, we'll skip over it. Would it be useful to see some live trading examples of the dynamic breakout variation fall? Okay, quite overwhelming response. I think people would like to go live into the market. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so bear with me just one moment while we go ahead and pull open live market. Now, there's one very critical and important thing that I do need to tell you about this particular trading strategy. Let's go ahead and pull it open. There is one critical important thing that I do need to tell you about this trading strategy, and that is that it relies solely on a very, very key piece of information which we call the smart money indicator. And if you actually look at my screen at this time, you're actually going to see the chart with the actual moving averages, as well as these arrows that have come up just here. Now, what these arrows are telling us are where the swing highs and lows, the key swing highs and lows that we need to worry about, we need to take into account, are on the market. So the variation for dynamic breakout is a superb trading strategy that goes into the detail of understanding where these swing highs and lows are. Now, this trading strategy, if you don't pick everything up on this session, please be aware, if you come to the 2-day Traders Base Camp, you will actually get to learn the ins and outs of this, along with all of the rule set in a more in a more spacious environment, if you like. Here I have another 40 minutes today to present. There I have 2 days to work with you and teach you the depths of the market. So that's the key just there. Good. So let's go ahead and actually run this. So okay, let's have a quick look just here. Good. So this is the Aussie against the US dollar, right? It's the Aussie against the US dollar. So you can see here that we've got a confirmed swing low here in the market, and then you've got a confirmed swing high. What the variation for dynamic breakout looks to do is actually enter the market short on a trend established breakout. So this is what we call a trend established breakout, where you can see the downward trend has already been confirmed, and we're looking for a continuation move to the downside. So here you can see, looking at the short just there, we can see that we would have entered the market on the low of this particular buyer bar here. This is what we call our swing bar. So this is called the swing bar. What we're looking to do, in fact, what I will do is let me go ahead and draw on the screen, because that will make my life easier, and it will help you all to understand as well exactly what we're looking at. And we do like going live. It is the easiest way to teach. So this is what we call a variation for dynamic breakout. We would enter the market short on the break of this bar just here. So you can see we had entered the market short as soon as this arrow has been declared on the smart money indicator. We would have entered the market short just there, and you can see that if we had done that, we'd have actually progressed quite nicely, and that has actually hit its profit target after a few days just there. And then what we look for is we look for another swing high to come into another swing low to come into the market, because it's a downward trend, and we look to repeat the process all again. Next entry will be on the break of the low of this particular bar just here, and that one you can see doesn't trigger. So there's no loss or profit on that one, but we have a profitable trade just here. So this is the dynamic breakout variation 4. Let's see if we can see other opportunities on this particular trade strategy as well, that we can actually analyze. So let's roll it back. on the pound dollar here for a while. So let's go to this point just here. So you can see I've just taken the chart back to 2015, and I just rolled the chart back to the endpoint, so we can't see what's happened in a nutshell. I'm looking to place an entry order on the dynamic breakout, remember, on an established trend. So this is an established downward trend. My short order would be here on the market, and that would be a resting order. And you can see it's resting for several days up until the point that it triggers, and there it goes. Off it goes, it triggers, and we have a short trade. So here we would be, this one would stop us out of the market. So this is actually a failed trade. This is actually good to see, because you need to see examples of when this does and doesn't work. And everything that we do is transparent. So you can see that just there, that one has gone against us. And we'd have lost 1% of our trading capital on that particular trade. Then we'll place another order to open on the break of this low just here. And we'd look to do that just there. And let's see what happens next. Okay, so we keep the order on, and there you can see it's traded, and there is continuation. There's a continuation move again to the downside. Again, we'd look to place another order to go short, and you can see all we're doing is we're placing the orders around the confirmed swing highs and lows just there. So that's what we're looking to do as the trade progresses. You can see again it triggers in, and that one hasn't stopped us out this time. It's a continuation move to the downside, and that's going to hit target around about this point just here. So this is what we do with a variation 4 dynamic breakout. We're just looking to take multiple orders in line with the overall trend. This strategy is not possible to trade without the smart money indicator, which are the arrows that you can see that have appeared on the screens just there. Let's carry on progressing what we're doing. But again, you can see that the results for the dynamic breakout variation 4, 28.51% over a period of 5 years, and that it relates back to just under £30,000, so £28,510 over a 5-year period. So a very good point that's come across from Terry. Terry, who says that 28.5% over 5 years doesn't seem right, doesn't seem very successful. Terry, thank you very much for that. It's a superb point, actually. 28.5% over 5 years really isn't a great deal. But what I want you to understand is the dynamic breakout is actually split into 6 variations. So this is actually variation 4. And we have 6 different variations that we trade in our Master the Markets live trading room for the dynamic breakout. The other thing to bear in mind is actually this is just strategy 1. We also have a second strategy which you trade in the live trading room, which is called Liftoff 2.0. And then a third strategy which we trade in the trading room, which is called the 80% RB. So you're absolutely right. One variation by itself, not presenting the best results, but when you multiply it across 6 variations and across 3 different trading strategies, then you start to get some serious results. And of course, all of the results that we have are transparent, and the track record is profitable. Good. So let's progress onwards. Right, let's go to the next slide. So here's the summary of what I've just spoken about. Your entry into the market in this case is on the high side. So here we're long, we're going to buy the market. I showed you some short examples. Here we're going to buy the market. So here we're going long and we're looking to buy. So if we're looking to buy, then we're going to place our entry on the high of the bar that's made the swing high. So let's say that this bar that's made the swing high in which the arrow has appeared looks a little bit like this. Our entry into the market is on the high just there, and we will look to place that, and we look for the trend to then make a continuation move to the upside. So that's it. This is a buy opportunity here. This is an order to buy, to go long. So you can see that that's what we were looking for in a nutshell on the dynamic breakout variation 4. Now there are there are a total of 6 variations in the dynamic breakout. I've taught you 1, but I haven't actually been able to teach you all of the strategy in the full depth that I would like to. A couple of people are asking questions about other strategy parameters that we've got for this, but it's just in the time that I have with you all today, I just don't have the space in order to be able to teach everything. If you come along to the 2-day Traders Base Camp, if you're lucky enough to win a ticket or to get a discounted ticket on a prize win, then you'll be more than welcome to come along and see that. Otherwise, you can click onto our website and you can make a purchase for the 2-day Traders Base Camp from there. You're more than welcome to do that as well. That's the way in which you can interact with us. So that's good. Let's crack on because there's so much more to get through. And here we have another prize winning opportunity. This is the gift of now interactive exercise 2. Here we go. So just like the last time, we had multiple answers coming in. I think there were at least 40 to 50 answers that came in on that chat box in the time that I put that that opportunity in. Don't feel like you can't do it. Give it your best shot. People have been shocked and surprised that they've been able to win. So it's fastest finger first. The question needs to be answered according to the presentation that I've given. And of course, if you can get that, then we're going to give you a prize. We're going to give prizes away to the first 2 because there are quite a lot of answers that come in. So the first 2 correct answers will have the opportunity to win a prize. So for the free Traders Basecamp ticket and the discount voucher, the Traders Essentials kit, 50%. Here is the question. So where do we place our entry for the dynamic breakout variation 4? Where do we place our entry for the dynamic breakout variation 4? Again, we can only take the first 2 answers which are correct. And wow, whoa, okay, slow down. There's lots of answers coming in here. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to drop those answers in. Fantastic. Don't forget, yes, there's plenty of answers coming. We're still looking for the right ones. If you haven't already dropped in the right answer, then do go ahead and put that together. You may still have an opportunity to win just here. I'm going to have a look to see who here has correct answers. The Traders Basecamp is a fantastic opportunity to meet us in a live environment and learn the depth of the market in terms of how we have the conviction to trade, scale up our trading systems. You'll learn how to build trading strategies, how these trading strategies have been built from the ground up, what parameters we've taken into account, absolutely everything. Here we go. So let's have a look at these correct answers. So my colleague Milan, who is on the presentation, is going to be contacting you if you've got the correct answers. The correct answers have come in from, in the fastest time, have come in from Peter and Al. So Peter and Al, congratulations to both of you. You've correct answers. Gary, you also got the answer correct as well. Rajendra, also congratulations to you. Richard, congratulations to you as well. We have to take the first 2 answers that have come in. There are so many correct answers, which is brilliant. But congratulations to Peter and to Al. So we'll carry on with the presentation at this stage. So shall we have a look at some other live trades which we've actually even taken just in the last 2 days, and a trade opportunity that was set up on the euro dollar a little earlier according to our trade system. If you've won a prize, just to say, please do send across your answers. Please do send across your answers, which you've done already. Send across your name, your email, and your contact number, and our team will get in touch with you so that they can pass the information to the distribution warehouse to send your Traders Essentials kit along. Please do that into the chat box just there. And Milan, if you reach out to these people and just let them know who they are and go ahead and just ask them for the relevant information, that would be fantastic. Thank you, sir. So let's go across to some live trading examples of the Morning Glory 3.0 pref trading strategy. So MG 3.0 pref, basically short form for Morning Glory 3.0 preference, which is a fantastic trading strategy which is traded here by the Vedanta Elite team, actually, at Master the Markets. So you can actually have a look at some of the core results. The results that I'm showing you are actually from the MG 2.0 pref. This is a version before. And so this upgraded version actually enters in on a much tighter order, and the risk actually minimized, so the drawdowns are also minimal as well. So here we go. So this strategy has produced over the period of this year a £59,000 return, or a 59.21% return, depending on how you're trading it. So let's actually have a quick look at how this trading strategy works, and I can give you some of the core basics. So let's go ahead and pull open the relevant profile just here. As I'm doing this, I just want to check that everyone can, 1, see my screen okay, and 2, hear me okay as well. If that's the case, then please just punch a Y into the chat box so I know that everyone is still with me, and I'm changing my screen quite a bit from a live market to a presentation. I just want to know that everyone's actually able to see that. So please punch a Y into the chat box to let me know that you're okay and you can see this. We'll progress on from there. Brilliant. Yes, very, very well done to you, Al. You've got the answer correct there. So he's put, he's replied back to us saying, yes, congratulations, ha ha ha, well done, yippee. Absolutely, well done to you, sir. So if you want to win a prize, there's one more opportunity left, by the way, to win a prize. So you do need to watch the screen very carefully. You do need to note the numbers down, take notes as we're doing the presentation, because that will help you to win a prize should you so wish to participate. Here we go on the pound against the US dollar. Now I've just rolled the chart back to yesterday, where we actually shared the strategy that we're trading here. We actually traded in the live trading week, which we did in conjunction with London Investment Week, Simon Campbell, back in January, mid-January. It's been about 4 weeks now since we actually did that. I'll show you the results off of the back of that as well. But what we really had just here on yesterday's trading here on the pound against the dollar was an opportunity to trade the MG 3.0 pref. What we looked for in this particular trading strategy is what we call the stretch. And the stretch is, in a nutshell, the nearest extreme to the open. When we're looking to place trades, to take in a nutshell, the concept of this trading strategy, the objective of this trading strategy, if you like, is to catch the range of the day. And the way in which we do that is we examine the stretch and look to see where that could and couldn't have formed in order to place an order around that level. If we look actually back on yesterday's trading, and we took this trade live in real time, this has been noted not only in our trade journals, but also noted on live account statements as well, which these were all executed on. You'll see actually just here that our stretch bar, potential stretch bar, was actually this particular bar just here, which actually set up at 3 a.m. in the morning. So the stretch bar had set itself up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now this strategy, we don't actually place trades on until 8 a.m. So at 8 a.m. you can see that we had this particular bar that was forming just here. So we had this bar that had confirmed, and we saw another bar that had kicked into the market, and this bar actually closed at 8 a.m. So what we looked to do was place an order below the stretch bar just here, and the entry into this particular trade was 124.50, 124.51. We shorted the market from 124.51, which is this yellow line just here. That's where we entered the market short. Then what we looked to do is we looked to actually place an actual stop loss above the high of this potential stretch bar, which we call PSB. And that was on this 3 a.m. bar just here. We placed a stop on the high. So our stop was 124.75 just there. And in fact, the entry into the market, now I look at the journal a little closer, is 124.54. 124.54. This is where we entered the market. So we entered the market live in real time. We actually clipped it just there. You see that initially the trade started to move against us just there a little bit, but we kept the stop where it was. And then in the next bar, you can see that this had progressed lower pretty much straight away. Now, our target was actually, what I'll do is I'll actually pull open our live journal on this one just here. Let's see if we can grab the live journal. Bear with me, and I'll actually show you what that one actually looks like. So everything that we do is logged transparently and in real time. And you can see here, this is the trade from yesterday on the pound against the US dollar. So we actually entered the market there, I said 1.2454, stop at 124.76. The target was 123.82. So the target was 123.82. So we actually put the target in on this line just here. There it is. So that's our profit target. Now, let's have a look at what we've got. So we basically got this just here. You've got the price progressing lower. What we would have done as well is we've got a trailing stop loss mechanism that allows us to start to minimize the downside risk as well. And by this time, we already have broken even on the trade, and we've trailed our stop loss to where the dashed white line is. Trade continues to progress lower, and you can see what happened actually on real market was that the trade never actually exited us. And what we did is we actually closed on a 5-minute chart once it got to a certain distance within our target. We did that whole thing live in real time, again logging the trade transparently and honestly here on our journal, and the exit price from that one was actually 125.41 is where we actually got out of the market. So 125.41 is actually where we got out of the market. It actually grossed a net profit for us, I believe, of 66 pips it was yesterday. So that was the profit target on that particular pound dollar trade. Again, we had the same opportunity that set up today on the euro against the US dollar, and I can actually show you again another live example as to where we actually entered the market. So if you look at today's euro against US dollar, I've just pulled the chart back. Everything that I'm doing here to answer your question, Terry, first of all, I want to thank you for your questions. You're keeping it interactive, which is superb here. Terry's question is, it's achieved a 59%, a 60% return in a nutshell over what time frame? This has happened over a period of a year, and we're using the 1-hour chart to be able to achieve this. And this is just one currency that we've given you the results for. So you can imagine what happens when you spread it across 5. So this is the point. It's 60% over a period of a year over just one currency, and that's all done on an hourly chart. I hope that that answers the question. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So here is the euro dollar. Again, this is this morning, earlier this morning. You can see that this is the bar that is the 7 to 8 a.m. bar, and it's closed, and you can see it's created what we call the low of the day. It's the lowest point that it's reached during the day, and as a result of that, it's what we class as well as our PSB, our potential stretch bar. What we're looking to do now is enter a trade again on the high of this particular bar just here, 106.11 is where we'd look to get in. The high is, so 106.16 we'd actually place the opportunity long, and that's there. That's where we'd look to go long. We're looking to actually trade the market and put a stop, a protective stop in just below the low here, 105.96. So this is actually a trade we've got on the journal from this morning. So this is actually a trade that triggered then into the next bar. Now our profit target on this was 106.52, and so you can see it's progressed up higher already. Then it stalled a little bit. We're going to trail our stop at this point. We're going to progress higher, and there you can see actually on this particular bar we are taken out on the trailing stop loss. We've locked in a profit of around 10 pips this morning. So this is a progressive strategy. You can see that it does give us opportunities almost every day across one currency you've seen the results for. One currency you've seen the results for, you can imagine what happens when we run it across 5 or 6. Again, another superb question has come in by Terry, saying that that's better in terms of a trade result, so 60% over the year. This is because this is an intraday trading strategy. The other trading strategy that I showed you was an end-of-day trading strategy, which requires just 15 minutes of time invested. We teach the end-of-day trading strategies in much more detail at the 2-day Traders Base Camp, which is the best place to be in terms of alliances, networking, masterminding, because you want to be around other traders who are in the environment, who have the mindset of doing what you're doing. Let's say, for example, the missus isn't necessarily supportive of your trading efforts. You want to be, ideally, for a little while at least, out of that environment and in the environment of other people that are doing the same thing as you. Cannot overemphasize that enough. So Terry's asking me, how do I define or identify the stretch bar? Again, it's beyond the scope of this presentation for me to go into the depth. That's probably a 30-minute explanation in itself. But again, we'll go into these concepts in more detail at Traders Base Camp. That's the place to be. Good. So let's carry on progressing back onto our presentation, where I believe we may have an opportunity to win a prize. Just before we get to that, live trading week, January 2017, we actually took 5 trades. This was a very interesting experience. So what happened is that on the first day of the live trading week, we had 3 trades that we took here live in real time. And you can see they all made actually a net loss. If you add this up, you get to minus 55 pips. So that's the thing just there. So if you actually add up these trades, they actually get you a net profit of the net loss minus 55 pips. So now what has actually happened just here, on the next day, when we stepped into the live trading room, of course, lots of people that had looked at the opportunities that we had, they wanted to analyze, they wanted us to go over why things had lost, what had happened, what had gone wrong. But as professionals, we knew that our first objective was to place our own personal trades, because we trade this strategy professionally. We needed to place our own personal trades and let people know which trades we were taking transparently and honestly, and then come back and review. And what happened as a result of that was that we actually had 2 profitable trades straight away, which lasted the period of the day, but we took these, we managed them, we analyzed them, we trailed the stop loss, and we let everyone know exactly the way in which we managed the trade, level by level, as it progressed up until the point of closing. And these actually made a net profit of 110 pips. So we finished live trading week up net 55 pips, 550 pounds. So that's the thing just there. So let's progress onto the next opportunity, and that was the live trading week from January 2017, which you actually clearly saw on the bottom of the slide. It did say January 2017, just in case there's any confusion just there. So this is what's important here, really, to form mastermind alliances. Mastermind alliances, very important that we need to form here at Traders Basecamp, and this can happen at Traders Basecamp. Well, we find again, the problem is that a lot of people really just can't crack trading. They really get perplexed, they get lost, they get stuck. And I don't really blame anyone, because to be honest, in the first couple of months when we got this all going ourselves, I clearly and distinctly remember that we were taking trades and we weren't really too sure. We just didn't have any professional guidance, and we just wished, it was our sincere wish that we could look over the shoulder of a professional and just ask them exactly what it is they're doing, why is it they're making the decisions that they are, why is it they're analyzing the market. This question kept coming back over and over and over again to us. We knew that if we could get access to a professional, we knew that if we could watch on a step-by-step, day-by-day basis how things are progressing, that our learning would go through the roof, and that's really what we wanted. And that's the thing, but we had that intention, and the best thing that happened from that was that we actually started to meet all the right kinds of traders. And that's what I'm saying, because you could form the right types of mastermind alliances at Traders Basecamp. For you, you may meet traders at Traders Basecamp again, or you may see, you will definitely see statistics, you'll definitely see strategies, you'll definitely see things from us on this 2-day presentation, where you'll actually get to lift your trading and grow it exponentially. And for us, there was a very key turning point in our trading career, which was the main thing. And the thing is, if we hadn't have had this turning point, I know for sure that we would be where 90% of traders are today, which is unfortunately inconsistent, unprofitable, frustrated, and on the verge of giving up. And this is where most people end up. And I've come across traders who are so convinced that they can do it themselves that they sacrifice everything in order to prove themselves right. And what ends up happening is the people around them end up getting upset. Some of my traders actually have to send their wives back to work because they're convinced that they can do this themselves. They're convinced that they're going to master it. And unfortunately, they just don't get the right guidance. People don't get the right guidance. And this is the one thing that we want you to prevent. Because if you go to do this by yourself, it is a very slippery downward slope. And I've seen traders that have come to Traders Basecamp, unfortunately, just don't, after 10 years of trading the markets, don't even understand the basics of how to form a trading strategy. And that's sad. And that's what we want to prevent people from doing. We want to present the correct methodologies. We want to prevent consistent profitability. For us, we want to shortcut your journey into profitable trading, and this is the thing that you can achieve at Traders Basecamp. For us, we had a very key turning point when we met a quant trader actually at Ascot. Has anyone here been to Ascot, just out of interest? Punch a Y into the chat box if you've been to the Ascot horse races. Couple of people, okay, fine, fair enough. Yes. Some people don't know what I'm talking about, and they're not from the UK. It's fair enough. So Ascot, of course, is the races where you get to see the ladies wear lovely hats, and the gents really get to dress up. So we were invited over to Ascot by a broker at a private event, and this particular broker had a box at the Ascot horse races, wanted us to come on down and meet some people over there, and that was fantastic networking. But the thing that stood out from us for that day was really the turning point of our trading career, was when we met a quant trader who actually helped us to define where swing highs and lows are in the market. If we didn't have that information today, we'd still be totally lost, and like 99% of other traders, just not sure and don't have conviction and confidence what we're doing. On the other hand, we've got the ability to trade the market live in front of hundreds and hundreds of people, as we did in the live trading week. We trade the market live every day in our live trading room, and that's what that's given us. Just that key turning point, just from masterminding, just from networking with the right caliber of people, that's what stood out. So that's the thing just there. So build mastermind alliances at Traders Basecamp. Speaking of that, here's another opportunity, and actually the final opportunity of the day, to win the prize for Traders Basecamp, the interactive gift of now. It's the interactive exercise, and it's a very simple question, a very, very simple question. All you have to do is get the answer right here to be qualified, to come to the two-day trading workshop, Again, it's going to be the fastest answer first. I know a lot of you have had a go, and unfortunately just come in a little late. This is your last opportunity to win. You want to punch in. You want to absolutely make sure you participate, because that's what you're going to need to do just there. So let's actually run the question now. The question is, and remember, this is for the Traders Essentials Kit 50% discount, which includes a free ticket to the two-day Traders Basecamp. The question is, what percentage return did MG 2.0 Pref achieve? What percentage return did MG 2.0 Pref achieve? Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much to all of the answers that are coming in. I think we can stop now. We can stop now. We do have two correct answers. So congratulations to both Gary and Terry as well. Gary and Terry are winners on that particular prize. They've correctly put in the answer. In fact, the answer is 59.21%. They've put in 59, which is close enough. Some other answers did come in a bit quicker, but they were incorrect. Tina, I'm sorry, it was 59, not 60. But thanks for giving it a go. Richard, it was 59, not 65. But thanks to every single person that's participated. I won't read out all of the answers. But Gary and Terry, congratulations. You need to type in your name, full name, your email, and your contact number into the chat box. We will then get in touch, ask our shipping warehouse to get these materials out to you. Okay, that's the key. So there we go. Let's actually give you all that opportunity. So thank you very much for taking part. Let's see what I've got next. In this presentation, we've shown you why most traders fail. We've shown you some end of day and intraday live trading examples and some strategy rules with exact entries. What I'm going to do now is put myself on mute and answer any questions which there may be. Brilliant. I'm seeing some questions coming in, which I'm going to answer very shortly. I just want to remind all of the prize winners at this time that congratulations for entering into the competitions. Don't forget that once you obtain your 50% discount vouchers for the Traders Essentials Kit, once you've actually received that, you will have a ticket as well, a complimentary ticket to attend our two-day Traders Basecamp. So make sure you capitalize on that Traders Essentials Kit. You pick one of those up, and of course, you will receive a complimentary ticket to the two-day Traders Basecamp. And we're really looking forward to meeting you in that live environment, doing the work with you, helping you to progress from maybe being inconsistent and unprofitable to just making those millimeter movements to getting to consistent profitability. What I'm going to do now is take some questions. I have 3 minutes to do that, so I'm going to do that now. What are the best currencies to trade? in UK. The best currencies to trade globally depend very much on the strategy that you're using. It's a very difficult question to answer. Again, you need to test your trading strategy against the currencies to see which currencies actually work well in certain strategies. I've found, for example, that currencies that work well on the dynamic breakout do not work as well on the liftoff 2.0. So it really depends on the strategies that you're trading. Can you use any order flow numbers to your charts to enter and exits? Not quite understanding the question. We want to rephrase that. Be happy to answer that if I can get an understanding of exactly what it is you're asking there, Zoltan, but thanks for that question. Right, okay, do we have, fantastic. So I think we just need to get some contact information from Gary at this time. No, in fact, Gary, we've got contact information for Terry. If you want to send us across your information, my colleague is telling me that that's not been sent just yet. So if you want to send across your contact number, your email address, it's the only way we have of actually reaching out and connecting with you. So do that in order to claim your Traders Essentials kit and hence your complimentary ticket to the 2-day workshop just there, which you have won in today's presentation. A very warm congratulations to all of you who have taken part in today's competitions. A very warm welcome. And thank you for all of you that have been with us through this presentation and understood some of the methodologies that we're using here in live markets. We really love putting these presentations together, and we really love reaching out to new traders to help them to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. As far as we know, we are the company in this space that trade the markets live, real-time, log every trade transparently, honestly, with every entry, stop, and exit being logged. In some cases from April 2012 all the way through to yesterday to today. So that's where it's at. I'm happy now at this stage to just hand back over, I think, to our fantastic host, our host with the most, and that's Mr. Simon Campbell. So I will hand back over to him at this stage, and perhaps if there's anything that he wants to add, then I should let him do that.
Thanks, Rishi. That's great. Host with the most. Flattering. Great interactive session. Lots and lots of questions back and forward. It's great to see that when you use the chat box as it's supposed to be used. So thank you, Rishi Patel from Master the Markets. And there we are. I can see Terry just dropping his details in for Rishi to collect for the prize. So thank you again, guys. And if you haven't had a chance to catch up with that, we'll send you links tomorrow about the Master the Markets team and all the events they do, various meetups and traders days and so forth. So moving swiftly on.